Hello pilots and welcome back to Flight Academy. It's time for Season 2. This series is brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming, and as always my name is Phil. 11 players go head to head in a round robin single ship tournament to find out who is the ace pilot. The format rules are in the description below, but continuing to join me for the final round we have...
Andy!
He's back everybody, and he's hopefully having a good time.
I'm having a lovely time. I'm looking forward to this... two of my favourite ships from the universe, if you like, design-wise.
I mean, they're so different from each other, but they're also so unique as well. I do love these. I mean, I'm a big fan of the M1, but I'm going to quickly run through what Duncan has. This has been a fan favourite, to be honest. We have Duncan flying Caval in the Scum Y-Wing with marksmanship, ion cannon turret, proton torpedoes, R4B11, proximity mines, false transponder codes, and shield upgrade. Couldn't make it without another breath there. There's a lot on that ship.
This is why I would rather do Fraser here. Fraser is flying Ricochet in a Naboo fighter. He's got Duke, a fire control system, 2 uses of R2-D2 and proton torpedoes, and I think he's planning on using that fire control system and R2-D2 just to try and survive, because it is not the most survivable of ships, this one.
No, it's got the speed advantage over the Y-Wing.
Absolutely.
This is another one of those interesting ones because we've got the shifting initiative in here, because they're both initiative 5 and it will switch over as to who is player 1. It becomes tricky. Duncan wants to be player 2 because he'll know exactly where Fraser is and when to turn his turret. So he's gonna that turret on Caval is so powerful because it just adds an extra dice because it's not a front arc attack.
No.
So you're looking at a 4 dice ion cannon turret, 5 dice at range 1.
And we've seen in all the tournaments that we've run how deadly the iron cannon is. It's a game ender. Often.
It is.
When you've only got one ship, it is such a game ender.
I mean, he took Wedge out with it.
Which is ridiculous when you think about it.
So this is going to be an interesting one.
So this is the second of these single ship tournaments that you've done. We're near the end of it now. What have you learned about how to build a successful one-on-one ship?
That is a very good question. The immediate answer would be that force works.
It just gives you that. Well, it gives you flexibility more than anything else.
However, we have seen other ships do really well. It's not necessarily those really obvious aces. You have to get out of that mindset of what works really well in a normal game. Because I look at Ricochet and go, brilliant. I love Ricochet. He's a really good pilot.
When there's other distractions.
When there are other distractions. We had...
it's good dodge. Very nice.
Wow, very good dodge. Using that evade. Yeah.
Yeah. Well
very
done.
good. We had Fen Rao last season, and again, he's top tier. Yeah. He is a pilot that everyone looks at and goes, Fen Rao is scary, but he works better when he's got other people that distract. So I mean, turrets have worked well.
Turrets have worked. What I've seen, turrets, bombs, iron has worked really well. Yeah. And it appears that you cannot go for a scalpel build. You need a little bit of hammer behind it. You need a little bit of chunk behind, because it's great if you can, over a series, when it's 11 versus 11, when you're playing 10 games, your luck runs out.
Yeah.
Your luck runs out. Your manoeuvrability and everything, your luck runs out.
And if you can do anything you can to swing that luck in your favour.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at Ben's build with false transponder codes, contraband cybernetics, shield upgrades, stealth device, brilliant. We look at Jamie's build with a pattern analyzer. He's got heightened perception for those initiative 5 jewels so that he can just switch it right around. We look at Poe with heroic. Just there are things there which just seem to work really well. Not to say that any of the other ships aren't great. I mean, Cavil has been an absolute joy to watch. Came out of nowhere, doing really well.
I don't think anybody expected a Y-wing to be so good in an ace-type game.
Yeah, I think when people saw Cavil, they just went...
He's taking a Y-wing? Yeah, but then they're like, they thought about it.
And went, oh, yeah.
That additional turret is so good.
Yeah. Another sneaky one that I've really enjoyed is Grudge.
Yeah.
An Initiative 2 bomber. Quinn doing that classic, taking something completely out of left field.
Stop it, my heart.
And he's just done such a great job. But all that is just checking his R4 B11 there to see if he's going to try and trigger it. But that is not too bad already. 2 hits and a crit off the Ion.
Gosh, yeah.
So, not spending his target lock. Okay, I don't disagree.
Explain to me why you don't disagree.
Well, I like the fact that he's saving that for later for a dual modded shot. He's got 3 hits there with the Ion, so Ion will inflict 1 damage, and then the rest will become Ion tokens.
Do you think that this Naboo fighter has got enough firepower to take advantage of the fact that it's managed to get an Ion hit in on that Y-wing? I think that's where I think this
so
build...
no, it's actually the way around. The Y-wing is Ion. The Y-wing was trying to Ion the N1. Yeah, but no, that's fine. I do think with proton torpedoes, there is a lot that can work well there. Proton torpedoes are really powerful and can do damage, but Fraser needs to be really careful because that Y-wing has potentially 270 degrees of damage because it's got its front arc, it's got its turret which can go anywhere, and it's got prox mines.
Yeah,
you've got to be careful of the prox mines. They are ridiculous.
You can't be following him in. So no. It's not like that. You've got to take quite strange angle. This is I like this play because it just this is pinning Fraser into a box.
He's got to
do some quite serious, potentially stress-making moves to get out of this little corner.
He's got to decide: does he go really short to try and fit through? But I don't think he can.
I don't think he can.
But maybe a too hard and a barrel roll up, possibly. But then that's not what you want to be doing with an M1 starfighter. No. It's not an ideal position.
This is, I think, like. I'm sure most pilots will agree with me. This is the hidden benefit of those mines, though, isn't it? It makes your opponent have to make choices that they don't want to make,
especially with mines versus bombs. And I completely missed that he was actually Ion there because we were just waxing lyrical about other things. But yeah, the difference between mines and bombs, obviously, the mine will stay there until it's detonated. A bomb will detonate at the end of the phase, which can be really good. There are some really good bombs out there. I love thermal detonators.
I know you do, yeah.
But I do think, prox mines are great for denying an avenue of attack, and especially if you are able to drop it straight on them.
That turret.
Yeah. Oh no, it's out of range. Ion is only 0 to 2, so Fraser gets away there.
I think we may be about to have a bit of a reset here. I feel like, looking at the positions, I feel like we're going to end up sort of going back towards each other in a minute. I think we're going to have a turn with not too much happening.
Yeah. That one Ion move actually, I think, has worked in Fraser's benefits. It's given him a little bit extra to get round the bottom of that prox mine.
I think
in theory.
Oh no, I think he's going to be alright.
Yo, yep, 3, yep.
Yeah, Clark. Ooh, it's closer than it looks though.
Yeah.
He's got very careful next turn. I don't know if he's going to clip the edge of it. He can slide a little bit, can't he? So.
If he does a bank or a hard turn, he'll go past it, but it needs to be fast. A straight would be fine as well.
Yeah.
But he's in a tricky position. But again, the M1 wants to be doing 3s because that's where he gets his.
Fraser's not had a lot of luck in this tournament, I feel like, sometimes.
No, it has been quite difficult. Again, nothing to do with Fraser's ability at all. I think that.
And I actually am really pleased that he's gone for getting. Both of these players have gone for something different. Having said that, a lot of everybody, a lot of players have really thought about their builds. There's not a lot of duplication. Some of shield, enhanced shields turns up a lot and things like just those good, straightforward
those
upgrades.
But yeah, again, we've got 11 players with no duplication. We've got 2 ships that are repeated, but again, different pilots, different upgrades, which is nice. Similar to what we had in Season 1, I think we had 1 duplication of pilot, but they had different upgrades on them as well. But
I wonder if
does that catch in range 2? I think we are just out of range 2 there.
I mean, obviously, every time you run one of these, well, you don't run. Run is a strong word. Help organise is probably a better word. Do you obviously learn stuff about running these kinds of tournaments as well? So I think everyone's going to be looking for. Have you got anything exciting planned for Series 3?
I'm not gonna lie, not yet.
Not yet. Are you just going to be glad to have Season 2 out of the way a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed doing this, and the
nice
response
move, by the way.
that was quite nice. The response I've had from the viewers has been great, and we will be doing a Season 3. Gonna give it a couple of months to do it.
Yeah, you want to get some more normal games sort of on the channel for a little while. Be quite nice, wouldn't it? Some proper sort of like some proper army-less games.
Yeah, we've got some 2.5 games coming up. We've got a tournament that is a normal tournament that we're running in July as well. So it's going to be nice to get some of those up on the channel. But we will have a Season 3, and I am going to be thinking about a few.
I'll tell you something. You should mention when the tournaments are actually going to be filming, because you might actually get some more local people might want to come down and actually see some of the games live.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the next tournament we've got is July 10th at the BIC in Bournemouth. You can find the details for that on the Entoyment webpage. And it's going to be a great tournament. BIC is such a nice location.
It's a great venue. And also there's parking, you're right by the seaside, you can get an ice cream.
Oh yeah.
That is...
Ouch. Hit triple crit.
Oh!
So that's all shields and the crits going through. Oh, and it's a hull breach as well. That means that all damage is face up from this point unless he fixes it.
Wow. Okay. So maybe this is what Fraser's been saving up for. Is he saving his luck up for today?
Yeah, bringing it around on a insane shot. There.
That is an insane
against
shot.
Duncan.
Thankfully, though, that Y-wing has just got so much beef hanging off the back of it. It can probably take quite a lot of a pounding, and it has taken quite a lot of a pounding.
But that's another ionized N1.
Come on, Fraser.
And that ion,
is that going to take him? That's going to take him into that mine.
I think it takes him into the mine. But whilst we wait to see if Fraser does land on there, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with the link in the description below. Hold your breath, everyone.
He's hit it.
Oh, he's hit it. He has hit it. That is devastating. So that's 1 damage. That's half points there. How much extra? Just the 1 extra. So, that's not good. Down to the last health.
Come on, Fraser.
Painful. That is... You hate to see it. You really do.
It's hard. I mean, having worked in war game shops and stuff like that, you've seen people get absolutely crushed, and it sometimes just happens.
Yeah.
And this is, I wouldn't call it an absolute crushing. Oh, he's R2D2's been a superstar. Well done, R2D2.
I mean, I think at that point you have to. Yeah, you want to make sure that both players are having fun, and you can have fun and still be tabled.
Yeah.
Because as long as it's a fun game, then it's okay.
I always think it's nice to want to win, but not mind if you lose.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to play somebody who doesn't want to win, because it is a game. It is a game. There is an element of competition, and that's why one of the things that we like about it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to play against anybody who is going to be angry or sad if they lose.
Who has to win. Yeah.
It's the rules I've lived with. Want to win. I don't mind if I lose.
And not only that, a part of it as well is just...
Not that I ever lose.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was that one time.
I don't even know how many games of war games I've lost over the years, but it's more than 5.
Yeah. and you've only played 6 games.
I've probably won more than I lost, maybe because I was playing against kids a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you're teaching them how to play.
Hello, Phil. How did we meet?
Yeah, you kept destroying me. But I mean, the thing is, you can learn from every game, and that's the thing. As long as you're learning something as well.
I think we might be about to go into extra time here.
Well, I mean, Duncan...
Is there extra time?
That we can do extra time. Duncan has just taken a lot of hits, so he's got that whole breach. He's got 2 direct hits.
Can Fraser outlast him?
Well, here's the scary thing. Duncan is down to 1 hull.
They're not going to be fake. But look at the position they're in, and who's got the turret?
I'm not thinking about the turret.
Are you thinking about mines and bombs and
I mean,
what this is? Wow, do you know what? This has been a very good game so far.
Yeah.
We've talked over it with sort of like tournament stuff, which I think is a little unfair, but it actually has been a rip roarer.
I mean,
I'd really like to see Fraser win here.
It wasn't looking great for Fraser, but the shots he's got in.
R2D2 as well.
Yeah, clutch R2D2, and the shots Fraser has managed to get in. The thing is, Fraser will take this to extra time because it's going to be an ion turret.
Yeah.
It can only do 1 damage.
Only do 1 damage, yeah.
So if it's only 1 damage, that actually really plays into Fraser's hand here. We will see.
That looks like 2 hits and 2 focus.
2 hits, 2 focus. Is he going to try and...
He's thinking about it.
He's going to try and target lock for... Is he going to target lock
We're all just waiting. We're all just waiting.
If he target locks that blank, that's just absolutely brutal. I mean, it can still only be 1, but I think
It means he can't dodge it.
He wants to guarantee that ion.
He does.
That's what he wants to do. Because there's only 2 evades, so... I mean, he doesn't need to spend it. He could just spend the focus, and then it's a hit and an ion, regardless. But this is something that Duncan does. He's very thorough about his thought process, and I do like that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But yeah, saving that target lock, good idea.
No focus. Yeah, it takes damage.
Takes a damage.
And he's
Ion,
isn't he? God, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble. Because he's going to walk straight forward into it. Is it over? It depends on whether he can put Duncan down, doesn't it?
It could be. Fraser actually has just 1 initiative. Wow. Which could actually be... Well, it could save him for a moment or 2.
Well, that's a not unexpected mine there from Duncan.
Yeah, that's you do expect that, and that's why you have that tool there. But I'm just looking at that back corner of the base. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Is it going to dust by?
No, Fraser wouldn't pass. So he actually
bumps.
He misses that.
Wow.
There is potential here.
And now he gets to shoot. Who won initiative?
So Fraser won initiative. So
he's going to get to shoot first.
Cavill still needs to move. So doesn't look like he's going to get a shot, but he could.
If after extra time they're still both here on half points, is that when the coin flip happens?
We go to what's called final salvo. So they'll look at their card and see, right, how many red dice do I have, and they'll basically roll off on the red dice, and it goes on the results. It's kind of like a penalty shootout. So again, that would be interesting because they both only have 2 red dice.
Yeah.
No abilities, no extra things that like change it. But he's going in for the ion. R2D2 triggered again.
Yep. Well, he needed to because the ion can's going to strip him.
He needed to. Ion cannon would have done it.
And if it
that's 5. I mean, natural evades. That's
great,
just
but
great.
He's still going to. He can't stop himself drifting into that mine now. I don't think.
No, he can't. I
think that's a guaranteed 1 damage, and he's used up both of his R2D2s.
Yeah, and fair play to them. They played it out as well.
God bless them. Yeah.
Great game. Yeah, I mean Fraser.
I feel for Fraser there because
he put in the work,
and he nearly took Duncan out.
Yeah, I mean just look at this plethora of cards there.
It was so close.
It was.
That's the closest game I feel like I've ever commentated on.
Yeah, it was very close. Well played to both players there. So
Brilliant.
Thank you very much for that, guys. Andy, thank you very much for joining us for that one.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, we have one game left, and it will be coming up very shortly. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon in the description below, and we will see you next time for the final game of Season 2.